What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well. So it is Friday today. I think it's like March 6th or something like that. I do not trade on Fridays. Never traded well on Fridays when I was learning how to trade to when I acquired my first funded account. Just never really did well on Fridays. So what I like to do on Fridays is actually think about YouTube videos I can make. And I want to actually just start filming this YouTube video. And this is going to be a recap of how I had my best month ever of $73,000 just a couple months ago. So the year was October. It was just last year, 2025. I had made in that month, all live trading on my Discord, over $73,000 in 1 month. It's an absolute blessing. And from somebody who like 3 years ago was failing funded accounts, was panicking over trading, had no idea what he was doing, it is a beyond blessing to be able to say that I am a full-time day trader and have made over 73 grand in 1 month. So this was all taken on my Discord for live trading, trade recaps sent to the Discord every single day. I'm going to show you guys proof. I'm going to show you guys the Discord, all that stuff. And then I'm going to recap the strategy, how I did it, what I look for, and give you some back-tested examples of the strategy. So without further ado, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want access to my live trading room, it will be down in the description of this video, and you guys can get access to my $35 live trading room. And yeah, let's get into the desktop. We got the puppy right here chilling on the couch with the puppy. And yeah, let's get into the desktop and actually go over this.
Quick, before we get into the video, I want to go over a special offer that I'm running with my live trading Discord. So I run a live trading Discord where I live trade every single day. I send trade recaps every single day, and every weekend we have a weekly webinar going over the previous week's trades and going over how we can better improve for the upcoming week's trades. Now, I have tons of 5-star reviews on my WAP page, and I as well have students posting in the Profit Post channel all the profits that they are making on a daily basis within my Discord. I've taken myself from unprofitable to somebody making $70,000 in a month from trading, and I wanted to share it with you guys in a live trading Discord. Now, here's what I'm doing for a special offer. Now, that's a lot of value. I've made 70 grand in a month trading. I'm a full-time trader, and I'm doing daily live trading, daily trade recaps, and weekly webinars, all for the price of $35 a month. We live in a world where trading influencers are charging $90 to $100, even sometimes $150 to $200 per month just to be in a Discord room. You should be able to learn from an experienced trader for a very cheap price, and that's what I've done. So for limited time, my Discord room is going to be $35 a month. That is it. If you check the description, it'll be the very first link in the description down below, and you can get access to my live trading Discord. But again, this is limited time. The price will be going up in a short amount of time. So get access to this live trading Discord for $35 a month while you can. Now let's actually get into the video.
So everybody, welcome to the desktop here. I want to actually start off with the full transparency that I actually had a $73,000 plus month. So this is October of last year, and no, this is not a screenshot. As you can see, I could go back again, I could go forward into November. So here we are, October of 2025 last year, over $73,000 in 1 month. I did this trading 10 Apex accounts, which I actually took a payout on some of them. We move forward here, same thing. Now, these months are significantly less in profits because as we get closer to the Christmas time, I don't really trade. I take off on Christmas. I risk less on Christmas. So as you can see, I stopped trading for the entire month here on the 18th. I really do not trade much at all during the Christmas holiday. So that's why and Thanksgiving really. So that's why after October, I kind of took a full swing break on these big profits, these big risky days. But as you can see, the results with this strategy still print. Moving over to my live trading Discord here, which I did the promo for earlier, having it only for $35 right now, you can see that my students profit every single day using these strategies as well, okay? We trade every single day, and as you can see, I could just continue to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. I as well post every single day the trades that I take, whether we are on a live call or not. I will still post the trades that I take. And at night, again, whether it's a live call or not, I will recap the trades in a detailed video every single day. So like I said earlier in the video, if you're interested in a live trading Discord where you can be on live calls with me, you can get daily trade recaps, and you can get daily trade ideas, the link will be down in the description. But then again, remember, I'm only running the $35 sale for a little bit right now. The price will go up soon. Now actually getting into what strategy I trade a strategy called support and resistance. I know some of you guys just probably lost your minds there. No, I don't trade ICT. No, I don't trade Turtle Soup or Silver Bullet. I trade simple price action, support and resistance. Now, what is support and resistance, you may be asking? Okay, so support and resistance is simply when you have a tool that looks like this. Let's say this is what the market looks like right now. This is the market doing this. Bang, bang, bang. That's the market right now. Okay. Well, support is the floor that supports price. Price cannot break through this floor. Price is being supported by an area of support. It's a floor. So let's take a look at this. We have an area that looks like this. We have a touch here and a move up, a touch here and a move up, a touch here and a move up. Well, what do you notice about all of these? Price gets halted here. The floor stops price from going down and making new lows like that. Well, if we look at something like that, we can then take what I like to call my box tool and we can mark out this area just like this. This becomes your area of support. Well, why is this your area of support? Well, as I stated before, price loves to bounce off of this area. It's being supported by this area of support, and it's not making any new lows down here. So that way, when price comes down to this area once again, you could say, okay, well, if history repeats itself like this area of support is strongly holding, I can then look to take a potential bounce trade off of this area again. Same thing for resistance, except it's vice versa. You have this top area that price is being resisted at. You have price coming up to the area here, coming up to the area here, and coming up to the area here, but it's not making new highs and going up. Every single time price comes up, it makes a move down. It makes a move down. It makes a move down. So you have these areas of support and or resistance, obviously support being the bottom, the floor, resistance being the top, the ceiling. You have these areas that price is continuing to reject off of and continuing to move off of, and you are looking for price to come back to these areas and just continue to bounce off of them. Now, that doesn't mean that every single time price comes to an area, it's just going to bounce off of them. Nothing is 100% in trading. It's about probabilities. But what else can price do if it doesn't hold at these areas? Well, great question if that's what you asked. Price can go up and break through an area. It can pull back. It can retest and bounce like that. It could do the same thing here. It could move down. It could break through, pull back up for a bounce, something like that. Price can use these areas in multiple ways. It is not an invalid area if price breaks through it. It could very well pull back into the area and make a move just like this, pulling back into the area, retesting and rejecting it. So write in your notes, write down, yes, support is the floor, resistance is the ceiling. And just because, write this down, just because these are your areas that you marked off doesn't mean price will respect them every single time. No trading strategy is 100%. No trading outcome is 100%. It's about probabilities, collecting data, and understanding a system that you have every single day that you are trying to follow. So this is a good example of what support and resistance is. Let's actually take a look at it on the candlestick charts. Okay, so here we are looking at the candlesticks. I am putting forth silver here to do these examples on. Now, one struggle that people come to me as beginner traders or people who are struggling with support and resistance is they're not quite sure where or why to put their support and resistance areas. They put their areas that they think are valid, they think will work, but then price ends up disrespecting them and they lose trades. And they're like, oh, if this is such an area of support and resistance, why didn't it work? Well, you might be placing an area that's not strongly supported by real support and resistance trading. And let's actually go over what I mean by that. Well, we're going to use something in an indicator here. I know, indicator. Oh my goodness, trust me, it's a good one. Now, you could eye down support and resistance, be like, okay, well, this is an area of support right here. This is an area of resistance right here. Let me get my tool out. This is an area of resistance right here. You could eye it down, but it's like, what actually is backing your knowledge there? Why did you place those areas? How do you know that those are the specific areas that liquidity is going to fuel the most? This is where our handy dandy indicator comes in. This is the indicator right here. ICT Sessions and Kill Zones by Vince FXBT. Shout out to him. This is an amazing indicator. I'm going to scroll down here. You can pause and copy my settings and all the stuff that I have. So just pause the video as I go along. But this is the indicator that we're going to be using. Now, what happens when we toggle this indicator on? You're going to see here, we're going to get a bunch of boxes. And what do these boxes do? Well, Let's take a look at this. You have a purple box, a green box, and an orange box. Now, they also have labels of different country names. Well, Jake, what are these country names? What are you trading based off of? England and China? No, absolutely not. Well, kind of actually, but at the same time, these are very helpful to us. Now, each of these boxes has a high and a low point. Here's the high point of this box. Here's the low point of this box. Here's the high point of this box. Here's the low point of this box, and continued on. You get the gist of it. And they repeat every single day. As you can see, here's the other days. Here's today's. So what are these? Well, in trading, there's different sessions. Most of you are probably familiar with that price and market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern in the New York Stock Exchange in America. Well, we're not the only ones with a stock exchange. England has one. Asia has one, and when those open, they are on different time frames than us. We may be sleeping when London and Asia session open, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a session that their stock exchanges and their markets open as well. Well, what exactly is it? As we can see here, these are the entire sessions. I'm on the 15-minute time frame here, so all through this box, every candle is worth 15 minutes from the start of Asia session right here to the end of Asia session right here, and so on, depending on the session you are looking at. Well, let's mark out the low and the high points of each of these sessions. Here's the high point of Asia. Here's the low point of London, or of Asia. But actually, the high point of London, you could actually combine it with the low point of Asia. So we could do something like that. You could combine it. Here is the high point of New York. Here is the low point of New York. And you could actually, same thing, combine it with the low point of London. Now that you've done that, you've marked out all these areas, let's actually turn the indicator off. So we toggle the indicator off, and look at that. You have verified support and resistance areas that price actually used to trade in the overnight sessions. You could mark out random areas of support or resistance, and you could eye it and, give it your best guess, or you could use the support and resistance areas that formed high and low points in real trading sessions where actual liquidity was being presented. Now, want to see a cool thing as well? If we actually drag this to the left, what do you know? You get a touch here, and it's a verified area. Same thing, let's drag this, bang, you drag it to the left, you get touches here, and now it's respecting this area once again. Now that is what you want to do when you mark out support and resistance areas, in my opinion. Now, if you want to eye them yourself and mark out random areas that you think look good, go for it. It does not invalidate the trading. But your probability and your data collection becomes much higher when you look to mark out actual areas from overnight sessions where actual traders have been trading these high and low points. So that is how I recommend you mark out these areas. Now look at this. This is happening right now. Let's get out my tool and circle it. This is happening right now in the past 45 minutes. This happened in the morning. So this is the 9:45 candle. You could see it bounced right off this area, creating the New York low, and moved up. Now, as it pulls back, you can actually say, okay, wow, look, price rejected it once again, just like we wanted. You could place the trade, you could put your stops under there, and you'd already be up. At one point, you'd have already been up almost a 1-to-1. You could have gone break even. You could have targeted this area right here. However you want to manage the trade, the point is you can see that price reacts off of these areas. Same thing here. In the future, if it happens today, you can hope price comes back up to this area, gives you a bounce and a retest and something like that. Or you can look for price to break through the area, retest, reject, and you can take it up into that area. There's many ways you can trade these areas. There's many ways you can deal with your confluences of trading in these areas. And there's many ways you can succeed trading these areas. Like I said, bounce plays, break and retest plays. But what I highly recommend, if you're going to write one thing down on this video, and only one thing, I highly recommend you use previous session from the overnight session, whether that be the Asia or the London session or the untested New York session lows or highs, to mark out your areas of support or resistance. You do not use old areas from months ago or whatever. Use the new fresh areas and line those up how they look to be lined up. As you can see, we have this untested New York low as that was created. You mark it out, and here comes price rejecting off of it instantly once again. So now that we've gone over that, I'm going to take you guys on my backtesting platform. I'm going to backtest 1 or 2 examples of this while giving you my entry checklist of how I look to enter these trades. Here we are on my backtesting platform. I'm using NASDAQ 100 to end up showing you guys these examples. So here we are on the 15-minute time frame. Well, what do we have here? We have our indicator turned on. This red box is Asia session. This yellow box is London session. And this blue box / purple box is the New York session, the untested lows and highs of New York session. So let's go ahead and mark out our areas. We have Asia session. You can actually combine it with the New York low. We have these untested New York highs right here. We have from wick to these bodies right here. We have this untested New York high that's being created. We have the Asia session high that you can actually mix in with the London session high. If they're very close together, I just like to mix them in so my charts aren't like jumbled up. So now that's step 1. Be on the 15-minute or the 1-hour time frame and mark out these previous session liquidity areas of support and or resistance. Step number 2 is to scale down to the 1-minute time frame. Now, as we can see here, step number 3 has already happened. It is wait for price to return to one of your support or resistance areas. We are not taking trades just in random areas right here or random areas right here. We have to see price in one of our areas of support and or resistance in order to execute a position. Write that down. Price must be in an area of support or resistance to execute a position. Now, what is the next step? You cannot just enter as soon as price touches the area, because what's to say, okay, as soon as price touches the area, it's not just going to shoot to the upside and stop you out of your trade. You must wait for confirmation. Now, Jake, you might be saying, what is the confirmation here to potentially enter a trade if we do? Well, I'd say sellers are clearly holding this area of resistance. If you look right here, buyers have tried with all these wicks and all these candles to push price to the upside and make new highs. But every single time they try, sellers accumulate in the zone and reject the area and hold the area. And that is a strong sign that a reversal could be coming, okay? We don't want to see buyers gain strength and volume and push price into this area up here. We want to see sellers hold this area, okay? So as you can see here, we have multiple candles that are in the area, not up here. They're down here, they're in the area, they're rejecting the area. We want to see sellers look at buyers and say, absolutely not. You're not going to push price past this area. We are going to hold this area as sellers. So then, as you can see here, we get a nice bearish engulfing candle right here. What does this engulfing candle tell us? Okay, now it looks like that buyers are actually being stopped. The sellers have not only rejected all up here, but they've officially pushed down, breaking all these candle wicks and structure points right here with a volume impulse candle to the downside. So that's when you can look to enter your trade off the area. I like to put my stops above the wick. And like I said, I like to target a simple 1-to-1, nothing more, nothing less. I'm just looking for simple positions, and we can actually see that price will end up stopping us out in take profit is what I meant to say, and all the way down and more. So that's the definition of a bounce play. That's how you look for a bounce play. You're looking for price for sellers to hold in the area multiple times, whether that's on the 1, 3, or 5-minute time frame. You want to see price hold this area and not make moves to the upside. Now we can actually go over what to do when price does not hold at the area and breaks above an area or below an area, and how to take a retest play for that. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, we have our areas marked out. We're on the 15-minute time frame. We have our areas marked out, our London Asia session highs, untested New York highs and lows, etc. And here we are on the 1-minute time frame. But what has happened here? Price did not hold at this area. As you can see, it faked out. It gave us a little rejection at the area, but at the end of the day, buyers weren't strong enough at this reversal point and sellers continued the volume to the downside. Well, you guys know the gist of what I was saying before. If you remember that pattern I drew out here. As you can see, if price breaks above an area, all you're doing is looking for the retest of the area to then which you can enter the trade at a better discounted price. So as we can see here, bang, 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 you get the gist of it. We could enter the trade at a better discounted price. Same thing goes for right here. Based on what I just showed you there, what do you think this is going to look like? Price is broken through the area. Now we want to see it pull back into the area, get in at a discounted price, and then we can look for something to the downside again to continue with the trend. Because clearly sellers are dominant right now. Buyers tried to hold this area, they couldn't do it. So now we need to look to continue the trend to the downside. So as you can see, the price pulls back into the zone, it rejects, and it gives us the perfect bearish engulfing candle. So I will then look to take my position. Stops will go just above right here. I'll target these lows down here just for a little over a 1-to-1. These untested New York lows I'll target, and I'll enter the position. Now, I want you to comment down below. I'll pause the video for you. Go ahead, pause it, and comment down below why you think I took this trade. If you understand why I took this trade based on what I showed you here, please comment down below why I took this position. Okay, I gave you a few seconds to pause the video and comment. It is because price has broken below, it is retesting the same area, and it is rejecting the same area. Sellers are looking to continue their move to the downside because they are in the dominant position right now, but instead of entering at the bottom of the move, they look for a pullback to get in at a better price. So we execute the position, and then we can then see that price will hit take profit just like that. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I genuinely appreciate you guys stopping by to my channel. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed learning and it made sense to you, subscribe, share, like the video so we can grow this channel and get more traders the education that they need for an insanely cheap price, and if not free. If you want results like this, as you can see, we got payouts right here. We got undefeated months, all this undefeated weeks, payouts right here. As you can see, we got all this stuff here. Take advantage of the $35 a month, guys. Please, it's not me begging for you to just give me money. I promise I'm a full-time trader. I don't need your money. And that's why in a world full of courses where traders are charging upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for a course, I'm running a deal right now for $35. $35. You can't call me a LARP. You can't call me a Discord, full-time Discord trader. No, I'm charging $35 in a world where traders are charging upwards of $5,000 sometimes on courses and live trading mentorships. I'm giving people the opportunity to get payouts like this for $35. So take advantage of that, guys. The price will go up soon. Much love to all of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.